Hello?
Hello, Adam.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. One moment.
Okay, let's start. How you doing?
Great, great. How are you?
Good. Let's look at the address. Okay. So where is the furnace?
In the garage.
In the garage. Okay. Well, while we're outside, before you go too far, let's see if we have see if there's foundation vents on the outside before we go in.
Okay.
So look on your left. Oh, right there. Are there any vents down there that you know of?
No. It's
Okay.
there on
And
another side.
on the other side? Okay, let's have a look. Sometimes we have them in the garage door too.
Here.
Okay, we've got one. Yep, I see that. And we got a second one.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Going in the garage. Okay, wait. Hold it right there. Let's have a look from afar. Give me a panoramic view of the room. Okay, ceiling's all the way up. Okay. Can you turn around and look at the other wall that you just came from?
Like this?
I want to see the wall where the vents were.
Yeah,
Oop, I
the
lost
one
you.
vent here is closed.
Oh, it is. I lost your camera. It froze.
Yeah, just a moment. You see now?
A piece of wood?
Yeah.
Oh, they nailed that in there. Cover up the vent,
Yeah, they
right?
covered. Yeah, but it's opened another
Oh,
one.
okay. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and
Yeah, here's another
about.
one and it's open.
Okay, great.
See there?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of open. Okay, why don't we take me over to the furnace, but let's stop at about 6 feet away so I can see it. Can you get right in front of it?
Right?
Yeah. Down. So hold it right there. Let me look down. Okay. You go up, all the way up. Okay, and
John, have them go to the right.
yeah. Can you go down a little bit and to the right? Right there. You go to the right. Keep on going. Okay. Wayne, take me over to the washing machine where the condensate's dumped in. Is there can you get
Not,
a little can you get a
not
little
an,
close?
not an approved fitting.
No.
What
Hey,
do you
Adam.
mean? Not approved.
Well, you're gonna need to come up with an approved connection to that washing machine standpipe for your condensate line. Okay?
Uh, I made the last time the
There's
same way in another house and it was approved.
well,
That,
we've got
that
a
was
plumbing that's a that's like someone just stuffed that plumbing connection in there. That's a Y. I don't know if it's ABS, and then part of it's broken off, and I don't know if it's gonna how much of an air gap in there. That's not a really approved connection.
No, no, no. It's like an air gap. It's like here. See?
no, not approved. You can buy a fitting. You can buy a fitting
You
that
mean
has an air gap, and they make them specifically for the runoff from the washing machine. And it's an approved fitting you can buy with an air gap that's acceptable. That broken piece of pipe with the condensate sticking in it is not approved.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen them this week. They're available. Okay, so follow that condensate line up. Let's just chase that over. That's fall. You get the air gap going in. Okay, so let's go over to the let's go look at the flue. Let's look at the vent on top. All right. Can you show me? Can you zoom in on? Oh, does that stop short of the roof jack? Oh no, it turns, right? It turns and goes through the roof again?
Yes.
I see. All right, let's.
Hey,
You have supports on that? Yes, sir. We need to look
John,
at that. Yeah.
I have a question. Does he have the manufacturer's installation instructions for running that vent?
You mean here? Yeah, I have a manual
Yeah,
here.
here on site? Yeah.
Manual here.
Okay. So we're going to look at that, how that, why don't you pull that off there? We need to look at how that vent is ran, if it meets their design criteria. Before you do that, though, let's look up there and see, let's calculate what we have.
You mean the length of the pipe of the flue?
Yeah, the vent. So you go up, how far do you think that vent goes up before it makes a turn?
Maybe
Here, give us a little better picture.
5 feet. 5 feet.
Okay, so let's call that 5 feet, and then you've got like a 2-foot run, right?
Yes.
And that's for 45 there. And then, can you zoom in on what's going on up above that? Okay, then you got another 45.
It's pretty close. It's maybe the total is around 10 feet total.
You're going through the roof. Okay, so yeah, your overall is 10 plus feet, and you've got let's see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 45s, right?
It's less than 10 feet.
Okay, it's less than 10 feet. And your total connections, let's see, you've got a 1, 2, 3, 1,
4.
2,
4.
4 45s. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the instructions and see what they tell us for running the vent. If you can, please. It's probably in the front.
No. Let me look.
On the installation instructions, there's probably a table of contents with a table in there. There you go. There's a table.
Huh?
There's quite a few tables in there.
Where?
Did you look at the table of contents in the front to see which table they're going to take us to on vent? Turn the page.
Which one?
You got a 926 TB. Go to the table of contents. It'll tell us which table to go to.
Okay, got it.
You got a 926 TB. There you go. Where does it talk about venting?
Vent termination 38. 38.
Okay.
All right.
Can you zoom us in on that? Is there a table there that gives us some direction on maximum runs? Hey, Adam, why don't you have a look at it? Take 1 second and then send us over there. The picture's not clear. We can't read it, but maybe you can find it.
Yeah. Okay. What we're supposed to see?
Yeah. What are we looking for?
Yeah.
We're looking for probably a table that's going to tell us how many feet vertical we can run and how many degrees of fittings we can fit in within that range. So let's say we have 10 feet and we have 445s. Are there any constraints on that? Any maximum or minimum lengths we can run? Or I think you need to back up a little bit. Go backwards. Turn to the left.
Yeah,
Talk about
the video is pretty lousy.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Clearance to mechanical air supply inlet unless is 3 feet above the horizontal line of the intake 10 feet.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? We'll keep going with our inspection. Can you flip to the front of that booklet, and we'll try to look it up. Robert and I on this. We'll do it. We'll look it up. So flip over to the front page of that manual.
Uh-huh.
Keep going. What model number do we have here?
It's
I can't see it's all blurred. Okay.
9.
It's a model
926 TB.
926 TB. And who manufactured it?
Bryant.
Go up. Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it said on the PERS test. Okay, so we got the right unit in there. Okay, so let's keep going. Robert, you have that information if you want to try to pull it up. Otherwise, we'll just keep going with our inspection, all right?
All right.
Oh, it's
so
here. I found.
There you go. You found it.
Yeah. So.
Give us a view of what you're looking at.
Vent termination kit for direct vent to pipe system. So.
Okay, zoom in on that, please. Can't see it. Closer. Closer. It's out of focus. Keep going. There you go. That's close enough. Now go to the left. Wait, it says approved 2-pipe system. Go to the far left. Wet
but
combination.
No any sign about.
So is that
the
hey Adam, is that a 2-pipe system? Is there another piping that you ran within that pipe, or just a single pipe?
Single pipe.
And what schedule is that piping? What schedule is the pipe?
You mean like for what?
Yeah, there's a rating on it. Can you walk over there and look at the rating on the pipe? There's like stamps on it that tells us what kind of pipe you used. Do you know what kind of pipe you used?
Yeah, but I don't see it. It's like a 2-4. Oh, just a moment. Yeah, Charlotte pipe. One moment.
You're looking for something that maybe say SDR. I'm not sure, but there's some stamped stuff on there. Look around the right. I see some Sharpie mark or something. Is there some right? There you go. Okay, Charlotte, keep going. Pipe. Keep going up. Can you go up higher?
No.
Get closer if you can. You know what? There it is. I see it up there. It's 2-inch. I can't tell the schedule.
Yeah, just.
God, if you got like 6 inches closer, we could read that, dude. Yeah, right there. You see it, Robert? Yeah, 40. Schedule 40.
Is that okay?
Schedule 40 PVC. Okay, schedule 40 PVC. Thanks. You're done on there.
Let's go to the.
Let's go to the unit, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I saw the gas line. That's all good. Let's go over to inside the unit. Where are you going? Taking me to the AC.
Hello.
Okay, here, stay right there. Is your unit strapped down to the pad? Can you show me the straps? Okay, you anchored the pad.
No.
Can you aim it down?
No.
Camera down, please.
Here's
I want to see your anchors.
No straps. For the
okay,
unit.
Can you grab that unit and try to wiggle it a little bit?
But it's here. It is inside. See?
Oh, you mounted it down from the inside?
Yes.
The pad. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I saw your pad anchored. Okay. Pull your camera out of there. Now step back, please. I want to see the wall. No, stay right there. Just show me the wall. Okay. Where's your service disconnect? Is it along this wall or somewhere else? Do you know? Where your service receptacle? Okay. Let's go over and take a look at that. Okay. Can you find the rating on it? Is it wet rating? On the gray box. Can you find the rating on it?
On gray box?
Yeah, that's the gray box. Can
Uh-huh.
you find a rating on there for us? Right on that sticker, what does it say?
Doesn't say anything. It's UL.
Okay, go down above the outlet, just above the outlet, zoom in really close, somewhere, no, that's the bottom, go to the top of the outlet, inside the box, up a little bit, right there, zoom in to the right, it's looking pretty close, I can almost see it, looking for wet rating, there it is, wet, closed, tamper resistant. Okay, test the breaker, please. You have a tester on you?
No.
All right. Well, it
No,
works.
it's clicking.
Okay.
And the light is see?
I see it.
It's on.
Okay. Well, another thing we got to remember, I think we've had a couple of these, is when you have a wet rated outlet on that for the service work, you need a bubble cover. You need to put a bubble cover on that.
Okay.
All right. Let's look at the top. Did you caulk it in? Did you run caulk against the wall to the thing?
No.
Is there some caulk? No? Okay, you'll need to run some caulk there to seal it to the wall, okay?
Okay.
That's typical. So try to keep an eye on some of these things. We're just trying to help you out so you get attuned to what we're looking for and what the code says, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go over to the unit, or let's go over to the unit and then go down to the vent where your line sets run in. I want to look at that vent. Okay, you've sealed that off. Good. Down below, can we look below? Can you zoom in real close? Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's go over to the left now. Follow that tape. Is that the insulation on the line set?
It's tape on it. UV tape.
Can you show me the label that says it's UV tape?
No, it doesn't have any label, but it is
No.
like directly from supplier.
Okay. Do you have a roll of it in your truck?
Huh?
Do you have a roll of it
No.
in your truck?
No.
Okay.
Right
So
now I'm just on the regular car.
That's supposed to be UV resistant. It should have a label on it. Robert, have you seen that before? Just white tape? I don't know what kind of white tape we're using. I'm not sure. There's a number of white tapes. Usually the one that they sell says UV resistant. Then we're assured that it's the right tape. Maybe it's white mask. I can't see it.
No, it's a tape. See?
I see it's a tape.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's UV resistant.
Yeah, I can send it to you, the picture with
okay.
These
all right,
tape.
of the roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go over. Show me the anti-tamper devices down there that you put on. I see one of them. Can you show me the other one? Okay, that's good. Let's go over to the control. Let's go over to the label now that talks about the listing on this thing. We're going to look for. There we go. Okay, 35 fused amp. Max fuse 35. And then what's our max electrical output? Sorry, I didn't see it yet. Let's look for max electrical output.
35.
35. It says max circuit breaker 35. Okay, so we're looking at a 35. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's take me over to, you want to go around and turn off the...
Hey, John?
Yes, sir.
Hey, John?
Yeah.
And for the contractor, did you have him open the disconnect box so we could look at the wiring?
Yeah, that's next. I was going to have him go trip the breaker for it first.
Okay.
All right. Sure, because I don't know. Do you have a tester on you, Adam? Electrical tester?
Yes, I can bring it.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you, on your way back, let's turn off the breaker to the AC, grab your little tester, and we'll go back and open up the disconnect.
I have a multimeter. Does that work?
A what?
Multimeter.
I lost you.
I said multimeter. Is it will work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
While he's going to
Where's
turn off the
your
furnace,
electrical box?
well,
Oh,
I mean,
right here.
Okay.
while he's going to turn off the power,
Straight out.
right offhand, can the contractor tell me what size the vent pipe is for the furnace?
Yeah, I saw it was 2 inches.
2 inch. Thank you, John.
2 inch schedule 40 PVC. Okay, let's find that breaker. We want to look at that breaker too before you just trip it off. AC. Can we have a little closer look at that thing? Okay, I got to get upside down. Can you zoom in on the label? There. Oh, that's nice. Can you zoom in on that label? On the breaker? Are you with us, Robert? Can you see that?
Yeah. Hang on.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Oh, I don't know. There it is. It's a hacker breaker. Okay. Go ahead and trip it off.
Okay, I'll take the tester.
Okay. So remember what James was talking about, hacker breaker at the furnace. If you used armored cable, that allowed the system to be grounded. Is equipment ground? Robert, are you able to go and look up the manufacturer's installation instructions on this vent, or we're just going to have him provide that to us? What do you think?
John, I'm looking at that now.
Oh, okay. Thanks for doing that.
Are you sure that vent pipe is 2 inch?
I'm sure.
Okay. Those 45-degree elbows.
Yeah.
Are they medium sweep? They're not long sweep. I'm pretty sure I see long sweep.
No, they're not. They don't even make those long sweeps in Schedule 40 PVC. I don't think. That'd be like an ABS drainage fitting. That's not a drainage fitting. Water. The Schedule 40 is supply water or multi-use for different things. Can we get a view of that? Okay, pull the fuse out. You got a 35. Can we see that? 35. Okay. You can set that down.
Excuse me? Okay.
Do you feel comfortable? Are you okay with opening that up for us?
Yeah, the breaker is off.
Okay.
I can check it.
Can we have a wait before you do anything? Let's have a look in there with the camera, please.
Excuse me?
Let's have a look now.
Look for what?
Okay. Well, we're looking for line and load. You have labeling there somewhere on that black portion. It says line and load, really small. In the there it is. The load's on the right, and I see it. Lines on the left. So let's step back and see what's doing what. A little further back. Can you follow that down? Can you follow the conduit down? Okay, okay, got it. Go back up. I'm good. Go back up. Let's zoom in on our connections and our grounding. Our grounding looks good. We've got line and we've got load. Yep. Looks all good to me. All right.
What I was checking for, John, is are they THWN or TWN wires?
Thanks. Let's look at the temperature rating on those.
Yeah, and not only the temperature rating, but the W for wet.
Right.
So because they're run on the outside, even though they're in a liquid type conduit, they should be rated for wet location.
Okay, so let's look at your service conductors. Is there any writing on them?
Yes.
No.
No.
I'm
That's
talking about the conductors themselves.
Oh, what do you
That's
mean?
all rated for wet. That's the conduit you ran is fine. We're looking at the wire itself now. Is there any writing on the wire that you can see?
This one?
Any labeling?
Yes.
There it is. Can we get a closer look at what it says? Can you flip your camera upside down so that we can read it without having to turn upside down? There you go. Thank you. There it is. Okay, right there. Wait to the left.
THWN.
Excuse me?
Gasoline oil resistant.
THWN.
Go to the left a little bit, please. Or actually, it's the right because you're upside down. Right there.
THWN.
MTW. Right there. Zoom in. Oh,
He's good,
zoom
John.
in.
John, he's
A
good.
little closer. A little closer.
Yeah, it can't
I'm
focus.
trying to focus it.
Yeah.
Oh,
John.
we had it.
John. Hey, John.
Here, don't go away. Don't go away. We're not done reading it. Can you zoom in a little closer, please?
Hey, John. Can you hear me, John?
There it is right there. THWN
Yeah.
-2 or TH. Can you see it, Robert?
Hey, John, can you hear me?
Don't have Robert.
John,
I mean, look. Okay.
can you hear me, John?
Can you go backwards now, up the hill, or see, it would be there. Pick another ray. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, Robert. I don't see wet. I saw THWN.
John. John.
He doesn't hear you, looks like.
John.
Robert,
John.
did you see what we're looking for?
John,
I can't hear you, Robert.
yeah. Robert doesn't hear you.
Oh.
I
Just
hear
mic
him,
on.
but he doesn't.
He's saying he can't hear us. He can't hear us.
Oh. That's weird.
Here, let's type him a little. Let me type him a note.
microphone-
There, you're back.
Okay, there you go. My microphone was on. I kept talking. I saw the THWN
Yeah.
right away. So he's good. The other thing I was going to check that often happens is they run NM cable. They run the 30 amp conductors, and they end up running it up the side of the house all the way into the attic, and the length cannot be more than 6 feet. So he has independent conductors, and they're rated for wet locations, so he's good.
Yep. So go ahead, Adam. You can put all that back together. Close it up.
Excuse me, what
Thank
should...
you.
Close
Go
it?
ahead. Put the cover back on and put the fuses back in. You're good.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I just want to talk, but just close it off. So, Robert, I just don't know about the tape. I've never seen white tape that's UV resistant that doesn't say it's UV resistant. I think I'm going to need to see him have me send if he sends me a picture of the roll it came from, it says UV, I'm fine.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All right.
Why did I bring the multimeter?
Well, you were going to check it to see if it was hot before you got your hands near the wires, but I don't know if you used it or not.
No, it's fine. I didn't touch wires. I mean the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. What next?
Okay, we're going to go back over to the you're going to hit the breaker and turn the AC back on. Then we're going to look for the furnace breaker. Then we're going to go over to the furnace and open up the panel and look at the amperage requirements. And then we're going to go and look at the electrical portion of that when it's open. Okay.
Okay.
So we're
I'm gonna mute my mic?
It's fine.
So I turn on back the AC.
Yeah, and now look for the furnace.
Yeah, here's a furnace.
Okay, let me read what it says.
15.
Okay, it's a 15 amp.
Yep.
Okay, if you flip your phone upside down, because I want to read the sticker on that, and I'm looking for a Herc breaker. Go ahead, zoom in closer. Wait for it to focus up. Do you see? I don't see it. I'm looking for HRC or something like that. Can you get any closer?
Can't focus.
I know it did on the wire. Well, it's trying to. Can you? What if you tap your screen? Will it like self-focus? Is it an iPhone? Will it come into focus better if you touch your screen?
No, yeah, I'm touching. It doesn't. It's not
okay.
iPhone. It's a Chinese phone.
Right there, we've got James.
Hey,
we're at
I invited James because I wanted him to see the PVC venting and give us some input. So we need a kind of a stand back shot of the furnace so he could see the entire venting up through the roof.
Okay, right now, James, let's tell him where we're at right now. We're looking for the Herc breaker at the furnace.
Okay.
So can't see it. Do you see anything on there, Adam? With an HCR, something like that?
ACR type 40.
No, H. What type of breaker is it?
HACR type 40 Celsius.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Turn it off. Let's go over and have a look at the unit. When you get in the garage, don't go walking right up to it. I just want to have a distance from afar, okay? So as soon as you get in the garage, let's have a look at that. Keep going.
Beautiful. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, he's right there. So he's telling us it's about less than 10 feet all the way up through the roof.
Okay.
Now, let's go up and look at the vent pipe. James, take it from here. Ask him what you want to see.
Looks good to me. Keep going. What are we looking at? So I'm looking at combustion area and the fluid going out. It looks like it's weird somehow. Let me see. Does it go through the roof?
I saw it did.
I can show you from outside this pipe.
Okay, that looks fine to me. That's acceptable. It should be weird.
445s, a little more than somewhere around 10 feet.
The question, James, was we weren't sure how many 45-degree elbows are allowed. So you can go a long ways with the 2-inch, and there might be a limitation to a number of elbows. Of 45s, he's not anywhere near a problem. You would have to be like a 30 feet, and then start adding your fittings together before you're starting to get worried about that. In fact, these things are so remarkable now. They're fan assisted. Remember, it's a fan assist. So some of them even can go if he needed to. For example, if the furnace was in the middle of the structure, they can actually go down under the floor and then back up outside the wall. It's crazy. So the installation instructions are paramount when you see something crazy like that. But this is not a problem at all. It's a fan assist. He can go probably up to 30 feet before he had to increase in size or worry about the number of fittings. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, so Adam, why don't you head over there and let's have a look at the fuse disconnect. We'll do the electrical portion of this at the unit itself. Okay, you want to open that up and then give us a look at the fuse. Can you zoom up on that fuse now?
15.
Okay, good. Go ahead and turn that off, and let's open the cover. See that connection on the right-hand side of it? When you pull your cover off, just twist, see if you can twist that, see if it's tight. As soon as you pull the cover off. Okay, I'm looking for the grounding. Let's go over to that ground screw on the box. I see it, that's good. Let's go double check inside our unit, see if we're looking at 15 amps. Get the sticker in there.
$10.9.
Okay. You can put it back. I'm okay with that.
Can I close the top one?
Yes, you can.
Hey, James, we questioned the contractor about his condensate termination. So, can you, Adam, can you please show James the termination? Didn't consider this as
okay. So,
broken.
So this is a perfect example of an air brake, right? He can. So the prior to 2016, the book said that condensation is is under the indirect waste table or category in the book in the plumbing code. It's an indirect waste, and it can be condensate specifically can terminate with an air brake or an air gap. That's new language. Previously, it just said air brake. Now, because it says air gap or air gap, some supervisors have confused that as a requirement. If you look at that, it basically is. It basically is connecting to the sewer, basically to the drain, right? If this was a potable water, the drinking fountain, or a water softener, we would say that is a cross connection, because the sewage, if that was ever to back up into that standpipe, there is a connection there between our potable water and the sewage. But somehow, for some reason, the condensate, which it does connect to our airstream,
Right.
for some reason that's allowed to do that. Mostly because it's a negative, mostly because typically it's a positive pressure, or there's no pressure because there's a vent. Let's go back to the trap. Can you show us the P trap again at the furnace?
Hey, hang on a second, Adam. I wanted him to pull on that white pipe. It's just sitting in there. Pull on it again. Show James how. See.
It ain't pretty.
No.
It ain't pretty, but and that could go stub. You could stub that in farther. There's no reason that's not stubbed in farther. That cable tie is embarrassing. Whoever put that cable tie there should be ashamed.
Yeah.
That pipe should be stubbed in farther, where it's not going to become dislodged during an event. Also, Mr. Contractor, look at that Y at the bottom of that Y, and see how it's connected to the standpipe. So I realize this looks old to me. It doesn't look like something you did. But that's not a correct use of a trap adapter. Do you see how that Y is just hand hodgepodged onto the standpipe?
Which one? What are you talking about?
If you look at the Y itself, the ABS Y, and the bottom of how it's connected to the standpipe.
This one?
Yeah, they'll go down. Put your finger down at that fitting right. No, see the connection right there? Up?
Yeah.
That is a trap adapter meant for. That's not an approved use of that fitting.
But it
looks to me like that was there when you got here. So we don't need to make rocket science out of this.
Yeah, it was here.
But that's not an approved use. So for all intents and purposes, when you tie into something like that, your work has to meet current code, right? And now, how do you warranty your work when you tie it into something like that. So you should be thinking about that when you do these things, and say, you know what, I can't warranty this because it's not done right. So you can upsell a fix or a repair there, and reconfigure that. Strongly encourage you to think about that in the future. But I wanted to show we're talking about the design of this and the functionality. So as a training tool, if you could show us the P-trap back at the furnace.
So I can just remove that fitting here, the adapter, and put here the right one, or what should I do here?
It should be glued, or is that metal below, or is that?
That is
plastic?
metal. That is metal.
It is metal.
Metal.
So they do make. It could of course be threaded. It could of course be lead nokum. It could of course be. You can use true compression fittings with a ferrule, a brass ferrule, and that's a mechanical joint. But like I said, we're not going to make rocket science out of this. What you should have done is use a reducing band, a no-hub coupling, a proper transition. That's a listed transition coupling, right? You use a no-hub coupling or a transition band right there to convert cast iron, plastic, or steel to cast iron, plastic, or steel. And then that's a legitimate, approved connection. Right?
Okay, I will send you something from Home Depot, and you will tell me that will work here or not. Can it work?
These gentlemen can help you with sending stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff. We could look it up online, I suppose, if we had the time. But you're probably familiar with the coupling, right? The no-hub coupling. You understand what I'm talking about?
No. But
okay,
I will do some research. I'll do some research. No worries. Because the last time I kind of did the same thing in my house in Mozart, which is still under inspection, and that way looks fine. But maybe there's some different. Okay, I will.
This is not fine at all.
This
is not fine at all. But I understand it looked that you didn't do it. It doesn't look like you did it today.
Excuse me?
This is not fine. This is not acceptable installation, but I understand you didn't do it. Let's look at the P-trap real quick, please. Okay, so there's our P-trap and there's our vent, right? So inside the evaporative coil, we have air being pushed past the coil. That sort of creates some would argue negative pressure, positive pressure. But if you ask me, the fan is pushing up through the coil. Then it's a positive pressure inside that coil.
Yes.
Inside that box, and we have to put a P-trap in here because sometimes the fan is pushing so hard that it won't allow, or it's pulling. It can also create negative pressure, and then it won't allow the condensate to drain properly. So that's why we have to have a P-trap to create 2 inches of water column. So a little bit of static till you get a little bit of pressure build up, and then the drain's functioning more properly. Okay, right? So point is the negative pressure inside the evaporative coil is disconnected by turn your camera right and show us the vent. So even if we have positive or negative pressure in the P-trap, boom, we're vented to atmosphere. So our connection to the sanitary is not a worrisome, because we're not drawing air from the sanitary necessarily. If we're drawing air at all, it's probably from the vent. If you're drawing air, and the intent of the P-trap is we're not drawing air, right? But does that make any sense?
No.
As far as the functionality of it, as far as why we don't need an air gap, because if we were actually drawing air from that sewer into our airstream, that would be a major concern in theory, right? But if you look at this configuration right here with the P-trap and then the vent, now we are disconnected. Effectively, we have an air break at the drain termination, and it's not a worry.
I see. Hey, I got a question, James. he has the upper condensate with the trap, and then below it, it looks like the condensating furnace is dumping into the same condensate line. Is that allowed? Can we?
Yes. So typically that is a fitting. Typically those can of course be joined. You could even add if you had a condensing water heater next to it, you could add to that. It just has to be sized properly. You can put up to 20 tons of cooling on a 3/4 drain. Typically that fitting inside the furnace or specifically from the flue will have a little P-trap built into it. It has a trap. It's not a P-trap, but it's a little trap device. Otherwise, they could have put the trap downstream of both. You'd have to look at the installation instructions. Maybe they can't do it downstream of both. But because that flue fitting, the fitting from the flue usually has a trap of sorts in it.
Okay, so they can dump both of those together.
No problem. They can be combined together. Yes. And in fact, go ahead.
Is that a secondary alarm I see, or is that on the water heater over there? See the red device, the red cap? Oh, that's a secondary. Okay, it's on alarm. Got it. Oh, but it's also fed up. Can you go back up there? I see it.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right.
Is this Adam? Are we working with Adam today? Is this Adam again?
Yes, again, me. Hi.
Adam, how are you, sir?
Perfect. What's up?
Good, good. That sensor we were just looking at, that actually is wired in line of the power supply, right? It shuts the furnace off, not just generates an alarm. Is that correct?
Yes, it's shutting down.
It'll shut the blower off so that we're no longer generating.
No. It is shut down the air conditioner. It's interrupting the red wire to the signal cable to the condenser unit.
Got you. So the blower would still work.
Yes, it will.
So Adam, here's where I'm at with this thing. You already sent me your smoke and seal. We're about running out of time, so I don't want it going in the house. We got another inspection, but I've got unless I have an objection here. But what I'd like to see you do.
You mean you want to see the smoke?
Lengthen that. I lost you. What'd you say?
You want to see the smoke detectors inside the house?
No, not right now. I want to talk about where we're at with our inspection now.
Okay.
So, but I think that you're fine to give us a self-verification. I'd like to see if you send it to me right away, a self-verification on extending the condensate line into that trap, and it's up to you if you're going to change the termination of that. But lengthen that piece of pipe so it goes in a little more because it'll stabilize it. You can get rid of that zip tie. It looks kind of scary, and just lengthen it so it stuffs in there and you'll be fine. Second of all, you need a bubble cover on your weatherproof wet location surface receptacle.
All right.
Then you need to caulk around it, and then there's a foundation vent. I know it's not yours, but that thing needs to be uncovered, and you can do all this on a self-verification.
Okay. All right.
Does anybody have any comments on my?
Hey, John.
Let me just show. Can I share my screen while you guys talk? I want to show Adam the band.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk, guys. Bob, whatever you want to say.
It's a beer.
Hey, John. I thought he had one. One vent open already. One was closed, but the other was open.
That is correct. He's got a water heater in there.
Yeah. Got a full foundation vent plus the volume of the room.
Okay, let's let that one go.
Yeah, I think
because that'll cover it. That volume we've seen these garages. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and then the UV tape. I need you to just submit that is UV resistant tape on your line set. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You see that, Dan?
Yeah, I'm seeing that copper missing coupling.
Okay.
All right. So I should just put something there like a cup, the rubber thing.
Transition band.
Yeah.
The shielded band.
It should be an approved transition. Yeah,
Okay, I'll do it. No problem.
All right. So. All right. So I'll send you over the self-performed. And you can turn that in, all right?
Okay.
And we don't have to come back and see it.
All right. No problem.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
All
We'll
right.
see you later.
See you next time. Thank you.
Okay.